Rearming complete. Ground air supply is now connected.
Chief, apply ground air supply.
Copy. Air is now applied.
Ground air supply.
Copy. Air is now applied.
Hey, Deviator.
Ground air supply.
Copy. Ground air supply is now disconnected.
Right, let's find the runway. Performance may be a little spotty at the moment. I'm not sure how Syria is going to get along with the increased draw distance. We'll see how we go. I expect it to be kind of bad on the ground, but hopefully it'll improve once we're in the air. Also, holy shit, that's the runway right there. I thought this was a taxiway. I just about hit that guy. I'm also testing some, I say new stream settings, but they're more like old stream settings. Just hopefully should give slightly better quality on the stream. Although, I don't know if 60 FPS is going to make much difference, because I don't think I ever really see 60 in DCS. Might help in things like DayZ. Yeah, we're in the F5 at the moment, because red team was stacked, like, totally. When I came in, it was only one other guy on blue, and he'd only just joined as well, so... Hopefully we'll be able to switch over to red later, but for now we're going to fly blue. Oh my god, this is a very short runway, guys. Oh, that's a short runway. Jesus. It seems like they haven't actually... maybe they have fixed the draw distance bug, so it's rendering buildings, but it's not rendering trees. Frames look a little low on my end, I have to say. But maybe it'll improve once I get away from Haifa. Turn stuff down for Syria. Yeah, I mean, Syria actually ran, at least when it first came out, and it did have that draw distance bug. It ran better than Persian Gulf for me, and almost better than Caucasus. I mean, it's still okay. I did a quick test run on Caucasus to try something with the MiG-19 before the stream, and it wasn't running much better than this. We'll see. I'm starting to think that even though I think my CPU is my main bottleneck, a new video card might actually be helpful just so that I've got more overhead for OBS to use. I don't know. Let's see. Because I've had friends offer me, like, second-hand 1070s and stuff, and that's still an improvement over what I've got. Not much point me running out and buying a 3080 or 3090 if I'm not going to upgrade my whole PC, so if I can get a second-hand card off somebody, you know, I might go with that. In the meantime, who's this beardless imposter? Yeah, I was getting kind of tired of the whole beard thing, I have to admit. I was actually planning on getting a haircut yesterday, but I just couldn't be asked. I might do it today or tomorrow. One of the other things as well is I'm the kind of person that really notices, like, I'm used to low frame rates, but I really notice stutters. And it's something that's always pissed me off in DCS, especially when I go back and check the VOD. I don't notice it as much when I'm playing, is the stuttering. And I think some of that is not something I can help, it's track IR. Especially when my CPU's under load, the track IR movement becomes very, like, you can see the frames, basically. And the other one is DCS seems to surge and stutter quite often, even on decent video cards, so I don't know. I'm kind of at my wit's end with this, because I don't like having the stream really not running smoothly, because I find it very difficult to watch streams like that, and I don't want to subject you guys to it. But at the same time, like, I want to actually be able to run reasonable settings. Yeah, see, this is really laggy for me. Might have to turn it back down. No, not a haircut yet. That comes later. I shaved. That's what? 36 for 18? Am I 8-1? No, I'm 9-1. Jesus, he's up there. 9,000 feet. Come on, DCS, do not do this. F5 seems so solid. Don't have it yet, but someone knows for sure. The F5's a nice little plane, but it's very pedestrian. Like, it's not that fast. It doesn't have good thrust to weight. It sustains a turn well, and its instantaneous rate's pretty good, but once it's made one hard turn, it's out of energy, and it's kind of fucked. It's very stable. It's very easy to fly. But that's because for fuck's sake, I'm gonna have to turn my settings down, I think. That's because of the way the flight control system works, and I find I don't actually like it because the flight control system, that is, because it kind of restricts what I can do a lot with the aircraft.
I'll just leave this here while I go get dinner.
Thanks, man. A lot of the things I normally like to do, I can't do with the F5. I think red controlled the airbase at the moment, which is not surprising, considering there's no blues on. Su-25. They've got a Kub site around here somewhere. Splash. Still got my tank on, don't I? Hey Malta! How you going, man? Fuck, this guy's close. I think that's him there. Oh shit, there's one even closer. I think the one even closer is friendly. And I've just lost sight. Oh, this frame rate's killing me. Absolutely killing me. So yeah, it seems that turning my draw distance back up to high was a mistake on Syria. Worked out well on Caucasus and Persian Gulf, but not so well on Syria. Oh, there's a SAM. You were correct. You were correct. We might actually stick with the short runway, just for shits and giggles. See, I'd have to restart my game to turn the draw distance back down, so I think we'll just deal with it at the moment. It should run better once it goes to a different map. So I guess probably what was keeping my performance good before was the fact that it had like that 5-mile bubble render bug on this map, and now they fixed it. I'm actually having issues.
Chief, connect ground air supply.
Copy.
Chief, apply
Ground
ground
air
air
supply is now connected. Copy. Air is now applied.
Chief, apply ground air supply.
Copy. Air is now applied.
But yeah, the F5's not a bad little plane. It definitely teaches you energy management. Because you have to manage your energy in this thing or you die. It just does not have the power to get out of a black hole. Much unlike the MiG-21.
Chief, disconnect ground air supply.
Copy. Ground air supply is now disconnected.
Helps if I actually remember to load up, doesn't it? You know what? I don't even think I need a fuel tank. We'll get rid of that.
Request rearming.
Copy.
Hey, CJ. I kind of suspect the big killer is these trees. I kind of suspect that's what does it. I'm alright. A little tired, but I only just woke up like an hour ago, so we'll get there. I've got to remember to trim this before I try and take off, otherwise I'm going to have a very bad time. I've also got to remember I've got a bug report for the MiG-19 after the stream. The backup hydraulic system doesn't switch over automatically when it loses its left engine. By the way, that thing has a backup electrical control for the stabilizer, so next time I lose my hides in the 19, before I eject, remind me to turn that on. I could have saved my plane every time where I've lost my hides. I just forgot it was there. Yep, we're on Syria. Yeah, because I actually messaged Overstratos to ask him if he remembers which engine the main hide system pump comes off of. Because I figured it must come off the left engine, because when I lost my left engine and couldn't get it to air start, I lost my gear and my flat spoiler, or not spoilers, speed brake, everything like that. I still had flight hides, but I didn't have any of my other systems. So I asked him, and he said he couldn't remember, I think, like, specifically, but he said, I'm pretty sure it's the left engine. Why? And I was like, because I lost my left engine, I lost all of my auxiliary systems. And he said it should kick over automatically to the booster, which is the system the flight hides run off of. So it's not doing that when the main hides depressurize. That's it. You're on emergency for the gear and the flaps, and you've got no speed brake and no chute. But apparently the whole thing should go over to the booster system if the main system fails. And then you've got the electrical backup for the stab. Oh, the mission's nearly over. Well, there you go. I guess I'll be on a different map pretty soon. Kind of a shame, because I do like this mission. But, I think I need to do some more performance tweaking, since they've fixed the draw distance bubble issue on this map. I might start looking for just like a really cheap, or free, if possible, second-hand card, since everyone's going to be out rushing to buy the new hotness. And I'm kind of getting inclined to pull out of my savings for the new PC. I just don't really want to spend like a couple $1,000s out of my savings and then have no emergency money if something happens. So we'll see how we go with that. Spring's finally here, it's starting to warm up. Might actually need to turn my heater off for the first time in months. totally forgot I didn't have a bag on. Okay, it's balanced. 007 for 26. It's funny how many people say the F5's radar is useless and don't even turn it on. That's how I just found that Su-25 before. Well, it's not useless. It's not great, but it's definitely not useless. Same as the MiG-21. I really don't understand why people undervalue these radars so much. Like, and this is low level. I'm way down the ground quarter. If I was up high, it'd be even more amazing. Like, yeah, if they're right off your nose, you're gonna struggle to see them, but past that, Hopefully, when the map switches, the teams will balance out. Is that ground cutter or is that a contact? That might be ground cutter. I think that's the other side of this valley. So when they're close to you and you're down low, it's quite hard to break them out of the clutter, but it is possible. Possible, but difficult. Fucking Kub site. Jesus. If only it wasn't for all the Strellas and manpads covering it, I'd head over there and gun its tracking radar. Past the airfield on the northern side. I might be able to come in from the other side of the valley. Maybe. We'll see. Let's try and stay out of its line of sight for now.
Overlord 1-1, Springfield 9-1, request bogey dope.
Fuck, there's somebody hanging out over the valley as well. We'll extend away to the east. And then come back. I don't want to really be dogfighting right in the middle of a Kub engagement envelope. That would be bad for my health. Very bad for my health. But if I can drag him out here, where I'm terrain masked from it, I should be okay. Let's get an update.
1-1, Springfield 9-1, request bogey dope.
Oh, he's way close. I'm not sure I'm actually going to be able to pick him out. Hate the gun dispersion. I don't mind it. It's annoying for air to ground, but for air to air, it's actually not bad, in my opinion. Like, I don't mind a little bit of shotgun accuracy, so to speak. Back when the Hornet's gun dispersion was all fucked up, it actually made them harder to deal with, because in a head-on pass, the Hornet could just throw up a wall of lead in front of itself that you would inevitably have to fly through. Whereas now they can't do that as easily. They have to kind of aim.
Overlord 1-1, Springfield 9-1, request bogey dope.
I actually don't see him. Probably partly because of the low frames. It's right over there. Okay. This is fucking Cub site. Over here. There's a bunch of ground units here though. That's a tank. Artillery behind me. Just took a 23 mil off a Shilka. Whoa, hello. Hello. This is definitely not ideal. That's some sort of failure. What's broken? Left gen and utility hides.
Overlord 1-1. Springfield 9-1. Request bogey dope.
I think I lost a flap or something as well because it feels very squirrely in roll, which usually means you've lost a flight surface. Fuck it. That's ground fire. Where's that EWR? Maybe if I pop that. Nope. Nope. Not happening.
Request rearming.
If it wasn't for that Cub site,
Copy.
I wouldn't have any issues. Because the Strellas are quite short-ranged. So I could just hang out in the south side of that valley, but because of that Cub, I can't get anywhere near it unless I'm very, very low, which then makes me very vulnerable to the Strellas, the AAA, and it kind of forces me to, I guess, fly where I'm easy to intercept. Like I won't see them coming. Did I tell them to connect ground air? I guess I can now. Come on. Ugh, I told you to connect it. What are you doing, Chief? Yep, Cold War.
Ground air supply is now
There we go.
Copy. Air is now applied.
Hey, Marius.
Copy. Air is now applied.
Where the nukes? Not on the server. Nukes in DCS are actually, like, honestly really disappointing. The MiG-21's the only aircraft with one, and the nuke is just a very, very scaled-up conventional explosive. DCS doesn't model explosions properly. Like, it doesn't model the fluid dynamics of an explosion. It doesn't model any of that shit. Splash damage, none of it. So the nukes are kind of pointless. they also tend to crash servers. So most servers ban them, but they're not really fun to use anyway, to be honest. Which is something that I kind of hope gets addressed in the future, but I know ED are dead set against having nukes in the game. And it's probably very low on Magnitude's list of things to do. So I don't think we'll ever really see proper nukes in DCS.
Disconnect ground air supply.
Copy. Ground air supply is now disconnected.
Well, no, the blast wave arrives instantly. It just kills you. Like, that's the thing. You can't do a proper bomb toss because the blast wave in DCS is an instant AoE. It's not expanding shockwave, right? Like it should be. Like I said, DCS doesn't model explosions. It models things that look like explosions, but they're not explosions. That's also why a lot of the guys that do air-to-ground bitch so much about weapons not killing units that they land right next to. It's because if it's not within a certain area of effect, it doesn't take any damage at all. Like, nothing out there can really compete with DCS, but at the same time, DCS is really not a very good simulator in many, many aspects. It's better than what else is available, but it's still not good, if that makes sense. Hopefully that will change with time, but I mean, it's been a long time already and not much of it has, so we'll see. We will see. Oh. I don't think I'm gonna get out of this. Maybe. Please don't go in the dirt. Would affect the age rating of DCS in some countries? Really? Really? I mean, it's a simulator. Why do they care that much about age rating? I know there are, like, young kids that play this, and some of them actually learn it quite well, but for the most part, DCS's audience are older than me. Like, why would age rating matter that much? Seems like a weird thing to, like, use it as an excuse. Jesus, can't speak today. You know, just for something completely different. We just really need... I mean, for single player, they'd be nice to have just to, like, practice your proficiency with bomb tossing and stuff. I wouldn't mind having them. I wouldn't want to see them in multiplayer, because that would get out of hand real quick. But for single player missions, or for co-op missions or something like that, Nuclear Strike could be interesting. I mean, especially because it was such a huge part of Cold War doctrine in Central Europe. Being able to do low-level, you know, nuclear bomb runs with things like MiG-21s, Su-17s, Su-7s, whatever, would be really, really cool. You wouldn't get contaminated. All of these jets have hermetically sealed cockpits, and most of them use a slight overpressure in the cockpit as well, so that even if the seal fails, it's pushing the air out, the air's not coming in. Like, they thought of this stuff. Pretty much every Cold War military vehicle, unless it was literally open-topped, like some of the early troop transports, every single Cold War vehicle was hermetically sealed or overpressured or both. Like, they expected to be fighting in a nuclear wasteland. Thankfully it never came to that, but they were prepared if it did. Yeah, if the flash is in front of you, absolutely. The earliest variants of the Skyhawk, because the Skyhawk was intended as a small, low-level bomber, and it was intended for the nuclear role. The early versions of Skyhawk had like this clamshell that would flip down over the pilot's face when he deployed a nuclear weapon, so that he wouldn't get blinded by it. Pretty cool.
Overlord 1-1, Springfield 9-1, request bogey dope.
Let's stay over this side.
Overlord 1-1, Chevy 3-1, request bogey dope. Chevy 3-1, Overlord 1-1, 353, 411, 300.
Oh, look at that! Low altitude, successful radar lock. Oh, maybe not anymore. We just lost him in ground cutter. We've regained him. Oh, hello. Sasushka. Useless radar though, guys, hey? Right? Totally useless radar. Couldn't use it for anything, right? I think he's got back up here. God, can I aim today, please? There we go. I think he's toast. Maybe. Maybe not. Come here, son. We're out of gun ammo, but we got him. Hello, what might you be? Another contact coming in. Oh, look at that! Low altitude radar work. This is actually better at low altitude than the MiG-21's radar, I think. Oh! Well, I just ate shit. Was that... Is that another 25? Can't tell.
Connect ground air supply.
Copy. Ground air supply is now connected.
Apply ground air supply.
Copy. Air is now applied.
Request rearming.
Copy.
Hey Tojo, doing alright. We're on blue at the moment because red was stacked, but we're getting some good low altitude F5 radar practice. You know, contrary to popular belief, it is actually useful down in the weeds.
Complete.
You just gotta know how to use it. I think that's true of a lot of things in DCS that people claim to be useless, you've just gotta know what you're fucking doing. Not to sound like I'm on my high horse too much, but... You know, like, people just... It doesn't do it for them, so they just give up and don't try, basically. Takes a little bit of mental filtering to figure out what's a real contact and what's clutter.
Apply ground air supply.
But as you guys can see, once you do figure it out, you can get pretty decent results. And also, because the F5 TDC moves in 2 axes instead of just 1 like the MiG-21s, you can actually use it much easier at low alt because you can filter things much more effectively, whereas the 21, if you've got clutter on the screen, you're basically fucked. Unless they're way above you. Welcome back.
I can actually see some vehicles being driven around over there.
They've got a crib site set up northeast of the airfield, like way back in the hills.
Yeah,
I made-
the JTAC a little bit higher.
Yeah, I made an attempt to find it and kill its search radar, but I got bounced.
Yeah, biggest issue we've got at the moment is issue 25, just going over and
Mhm.
popping things out.
I just gunned one. I think a second one rolled me while I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and then I see a MI8 flying over the east. Wrong west side of the valley.
It's got
on
grilled
the north
45
side
minutes
as well,
about how
on
I'm
the,
doing with working from home. Oof.
Oh,
That
yeah.
sounds not very
I
fun.
did try and get in with an F5 to take out the SU-25s, but I couldn't get near anything for SAMs. Yeah. Hence why I'm now in this thing. Roger, copy. I'll give you bearings to everything summer.
You know what helps? Closing the canopy.
So MI8, 313.
That could have been awkward.
Heading south. I'll try and take him out. Can you give me an intercept heading?
Yeah, that's an interceptor. That's the, that's direct route.
It's alright, Cathorius. It was a learning experience. I actually do need to learn the emergency procedures for the F5. Because that's something I am very lacking in. In fact, I don't really know the technical emergency procedures for basically anything, not even the MiG-21. I've just kind of developed my own from
It's
experience.
actually quite high, about 1,000 feet above the ground.
Should be easy for me to spot then.
Yeah, just be aware there is a MiG-15 in the mix south of him.
Uh-oh.
About,
Oh, it's not
3
Davy at
kilometers,
least.
heading south.
It's Firefly. Oh. Open canopy challenge. I mean, it'll probably actually improve my situational awareness. Let's be real. It would be very noisy though. Mission will be switching over pretty shortly. So hopefully we should get slightly better frames next mission. Like I said, I think when they fixed the draw distance bug in Syria, that kind of removed the thing that was making it perform so well for me. If I switch my settings back to what they used to be, it'll probably run pretty well. I've just got to find a balance.
You back to 293.
Roger.
Sniper. Yeah, Sniper, are you on comms?
Shit, lost it. There was definitely something there. Might have dipped behind a hill.
Cathoris, are you on comms?
Overlord 1-1. Springfield 9-1. Request bogey dope.
Fight Island! Oh, excellent.
Okay, 283.
Fight Island's a good one.
Miles, MIA. Still going south.
Someone basically off my nose. I don't see him though.
If I can sneak up behind them rather than appear outside or in front of them, that would help.
Oof. Someone just exploded.
Roger, he's heading still south at the moment.
Oh, that was a missile! What the fuck?
Oh, it's a mouse, that's a mission for a sec.
Oh, the deal. Alright, I'll leave this over then.
That is either a MiG-15 or a MiG-19. It actually looks kind of like a 15. And there's something else here as well,
Right.
which my radar was actually locked onto. I thought it was on him. I don't want to turn fight him, but I do want to try and reacquire him.
So bloody boring.
Oh, no, search and destroy, what? I was meant to go to Fight Island. Oh well. Literally just shot at someone? Yeah, I hate when that happens. You see the missile just behind their tailpipe and then the server switches. Well, depending on the team balance, we'll try and go red here, because I do want to get some more time in the 19. And this part of Persian Gulf's pretty empty of ground objects. It's mostly just desert, so hopefully things will run a little smoother. Hopefully. I'm getting kind of tired of changing my settings every other stream. One of the other things I did, like I said, I bumped the stream settings up a bit, but it does seem that OBS is using a little more CPU because of it. So I'll have to keep an eye on that. Right, let's go MiG-19. Oh, maybe it is Fight Island, yeah. I guess the server message was having a bit of a tantrum. Finally got my head tracking profile tweaked to the point where it's usable. I missed my old one. Like, I've got it usable, but I missed my old one, because I had that so finely tuned, it was absolutely wonderful. The problem is, the profile got deleted by accident, and I couldn't remember the settings to remake it, so I've been kind of trying to get it back since, just by trial and error. One thing I will say is DCS runs noticeably smoother when I'm not streaming, which is kind of annoying. Yeah, it'd be nice. It would be very nice. One day. One day. Like I said, I'm getting kind of close to just saying fuck it and spending out of my savings, but it's probably not the best idea. Upgraded and just downloaded the beta. Traveled my frames on a 1080i so far. Nice. Yeah, what I might do is I might just see about picking up a second-hand card for now, and that might at least get me a couple more frames, and that will do. I don't, like, even if I can't max out the settings and have it look as pretty as I want, as long as I can actually get smoothish performance out of it with these settings or slightly better, I'm happy. So I might see if I can fish around and get a second-hand card just while I try and save up for a whole new PC. Why is Gunsight big? Because I actually remembered where I bound the range setting to and rebound it somewhere more practical. Oh wow, my track IR is freezing. That's not a good sign. Usually it only does that when my CPU is about to die. Could have also reflected something. Is this the song I think it is? I think it is the song I think it is. This will get this video blocked on YouTube, so we're gonna quickly swap over. Foggy on this mission now, that's pretty cool. Oh, it's stacked again. God damn it. Hopefully more blues hop on. Hey, Dippo. What are we doing today? We are flying the MiG-19 at the moment. And complaining about frame rates, apparently. Yeah. I might turn these settings back down. I think it might actually be the stream settings doing it, because it's hogging my CPU. Hey, Gabba. I feel a bit smoother, too. Still need that haircut, though. They're probably still starting up. So I'll just kind of orbit, I guess. They're going to be really hard to spot in this mist if they stay low. Very vaguely behind me. Gotcha. Just have to try and stay on the south side of Casham Island, because I think the north side they have a lot of air defense around there. Yes, that is the sun. There we go, 142 for 60. We'll let them get a little closer before we turn in and commit. I think those are boats I can see over there. Thanks for the Prime sub, Gava. Right, where is this guy? 142 it said, so he should be coming from this way. Oh, there he is. I see him. Right off the nose. Those are ground units. So yeah, it's scaling, but it's like... they're either ground units or aircraft on the ground. I think they're ground units. So it's like Cliffs of Dover now, where the object scaling makes it so you can actually see fucking ground units that you shouldn't be able to see. Interesting. So like Cliffs of Dover, I think they need to make it so that object scaling only applies to things that aren't on the ground. He's probably seen me. Or he know where I am, at least. Oh, what the fuck? Hold on, is that a 21? Red Tracer. F5 Tracer is yellow. Usually, unless it's a different ammo type. I guess it could be a Sabre? Yeah, looks like it might be. Yep, it's an F-86. Good vision, I wish. No, it's because they've added object scaling. Before they did that, I couldn't see my hand in front of my face. Shit. I lost him in the canopy glare. See, I was coming out of the sun, which is a good move, tactically, but it also meant that the sun reflected off 3 layers of glass in front of me, and I lost sight of him. It's Kesham Island over there. 349 for 12. Something's locking me. Might be a Hawkside or something over at Hassab. So I don't see anything behind me. That is very annoying. This is Sabres south of Kesham, over the water. .019 for 19. I see him. Oh, there's 3 aircraft over there. See what I mean? Like, I can see them through the fog, which I really shouldn't be able to. So scaling is a good thing, but it needs to be kind of tempered by weather conditions and whether the object's an aircraft or a ground object. They're getting there. It's better than it was, put it that way. I just, like, if there's maybe some sort of simple check they can add to only apply object scaling if the object is not in physical contact with the ground, or maybe even if it doesn't have its gear down, that might help. 3 aircraft here, and I don't know who's who. 4 aircraft. I'm not sure what that top right guy is. Looks like a single exhaust trail, so it should be a MiG. Or is it? No, it's... That's our Sabre. Unless we got a 15, but I think that's our Sabre. Yeah, that's an F-86 for sure. Unfortunately, he's not giving me a very good aspect for a gunshot, or a missile shot rather, or either of them, really. I just lost him against the ground. Unless he went in after whatever that was. Still okay for fuel. Something's blocking me. There he is. Ah, I just lost my ailerons. Fuck. Rolled a little bit too hard. I really am intensely annoyed that the F-16's MAVs are holding up the patch, because this needs fixing. Yeah, I know there's a Saber behind me. I've lost my ailerons, I have to RTB.
Fine flight.
The ailerons need fixing, and the MiG-21, the ARU needs fixing. Badly. But we can't have them fixed, because ED say, oh no, we're going to delay the patch, because the F-16's not done yet.
Heading to the east side of the island, going to start striking the tanks.
And hopefully the repair will actually work this time, because it sure hasn't the last couple times I've tried to repair the ailerons. It's 1,000 times worse because the F-16 shouldn't be getting jack shit until the Hornet's done. Yeah. Gotta milk that MFD cash cow though, am I right? Now we're about to have the Hind make the F-16 irrelevant to ED. The Hind shouldn't actually require that much because it has so many systems in common with the Mi-8. Like, it should actually be considerably less work than either the Hornet or the Viper. So I have hope for the MiG-24, but the Hornet and Viper are going to be an ongoing problem. Not just to the people that own them, but to everyone else as well, because it means our shit gets held up.
Magic, you are clear.
Thank you. That's Habadaria there, I think, so we need to fly a little further east. I think that, but this is ED we're talking about? Yeah, that is very true. That is very, very true, unfortunately. So for those wondering why I'm bitching about my ailerons, that is a feature of the MiG-19 module, and honestly more modules should do it. A lot, like more of the early jets should do it. If you overspeed and make a very rapid roll, the 19 will shed its ailerons. Now it can still roll because it has two very small spoilerons underneath the wing, which are designed to help with supersonic turning, but actually, or supersonic roll I should say, but do actually provide some assistance in subsonic flight as well. The problem is, they went to adjust the roll rate at which those rip, and they accidentally adjusted it the wrong direction because, like, I guess they forgot a minus sign in front of a number or something. And so, now it sheds them, like, at half the rate it's supposed to. So, she's a little sensitive. And as for the MiG-21's ARU, I didn't think much of it at first because I usually fight too slow to notice it. But when I started getting into high-speed merges, I noticed it really quickly. That's like a crippling problem for the MiG-21. And none of the workarounds are really that good of an idea. Like, switching to manual isn't a very good idea. So I'm hoping once the patch drops, all of that is solved and there's no further bugs with it. To blind that. definitely need to work on my landings in this thing. I'm coming in too fast and then I'm dropping too much at the end. I mean, they're safe landings and they're not too bouncy, but they're definitely not what they should be. Oh, I forgot to lock that. Whoopsies. Now we find out if the ground crew want to fix my plane or not. I'm gonna be very annoyed if I have to respawn. I mean, it'd be quicker to actually respawn and just start a new plane up rather than wait for the repair, but yeah. Yeah, I saw what you wrote about your controls. Like, honestly, that's why I haven't even bothered trying to standardize them. It's just too much mental energy. It's never gonna be perfect, so I'm just not even gonna try. I'm just gonna get something I can remember easily for each aircraft, and that's good enough for me. What is this? This is a MiG-19. Hey, Lobler. Yeah, I think before the Persian Gulf event stream, I'm gonna turn my settings back down because this is not really... I mean, you guys are obviously watching, but to me this would be unwatchable. Very annoying though. No, it's not today, it's the day after tomorrow, I think. Time zones. Oh, I forgot to turn the canopy ventilation on. And seal the canopy, I think. Okay, let's kill our engines, fuel pumps off. The 2 vs 2 ACM Gunzo event tomorrow. I'll see if I'm around, but I may or may not be. I got a whole bunch of stuff coming up over like the next month or so. So I've got that Persian Gulf event, which I'm streaming. I've got like 3 or 4 different appointments I've got to go to. I've got a family thing I'm going to. Like, this time of the year tends to be really, really busy for me. Also because most of my family have our birthdays in September and October. But I do need to get some more gun practice in. If the server empties out early today, like if Cold War empties out early, I might do some Just Dogfight. So I really need to get some practice in the Mirage. Because I'm getting sloppy with flying it. Random IL-2 update with even more improved visibility. Ooh. I'll try that out again soon. Army21, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Let me guess, they're not going to repair me. Please? No. Doesn't work. I wonder why. They might not consider the aircraft damaged. That's what I'm thinking, so I might have to test this in single player. And if that's what's happening, then that's probably a bug that needs reporting. Because obviously, flying without ailerons is not optimal. So if you lose them, you should be able to repair the jet. See, I don't know what it is that... Because the power's off. They're saying copy, but the timer's not appearing. No. I don't think it's working. Alright. Reslot it is. Actually, you know what, guys? Give me like... I know this is gonna disrupt the stream, but give me like 5-10 minutes. I'm gonna change my settings so it should run a little smoother. And then I'll come back on. Just let me... jump out of here. And I'm just gonna restart OBS real quick as well. So I will be back in like 2 minutes.